Welcome to the Proactive Women Podcast. I'm your co-pilot, Fran Marie, and we are ready for our pilot to join us, Joyce Palmer. She is the #1 financial advisor in the Southeastern region. She's the CEO and managing partner of JP Financial Group. Today we're going to talk about, as we always talk about, women gaining the confidence over their finances. So without further ado, our pilot is ready to take us on a journey. Today our topic is, girl, what's your money saying? Welcome, Joyce Palmer.
Thank you, Fran Marie. I'm so excited to be here today to talk about my money story.
Everybody's got a money story, even though we may not have much of it or a little of it, or, everybody's got their preference of what they want.
Yes. Yep. This one is going to hit home for a lot of people, right? Because the money story, like you said, girl, what is your money saying? Let me first say, my money is saying money is awesome, it's amazing, and it's pink.
Pink is the new color of money. And that's a great analogy. I love all of your analogies because pink is a color that makes us happy. I mean, green is too, but if we want a new perspective, a new outlook on money, pink is the new color of money.
It is. So the money story is going to talk about not just what's in your bank account, but what's in your mind, what's in your head, what's in your heart, how you wired, the script, if you will, that kind of dictates how you feel about money. We call it the psychology of money.
Got it. So maybe someone can relate to Christmas or the holidays, just say the holidays, and we need to spend a little more. That is a fear factor for many people, so a script goes off.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. So when you think about money story, it's like an internal script or background music, if you will. A lot of it's dictated based on our family values. Maybe it's something that we were raised with, some maybe family culture, things like money don't grow on trees. I remember as a kid hearing that too often. Sometimes it's not good experiences. Sometimes it's trauma that has we've been exposed to, that has formed a relationship with money. These are habits. These are things that have dictated how we process money and our feelings about financial stuff in general. So it's an unconscious script that plays in our head that makes us react the way we react to money.
And the reaction is, we've heard those stories in the household when we were growing up. If you marry a man with money, then you'll have money. If you do this, but we weren't, it wasn't solidified, or it wasn't promoted that you're going to make the money that you need to make without any partner in your life. Isn't that a great thing to tell our girls?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and like I said, I think we're going to explore this a little bit today, is what's your money story and how you can overcome the money story that can hurt you, and how you can empower yourself with your money story. In all of the meetings that I meet with my clients, outside of sharing my own personal money story, which I will today, I ask them to share theirs. And so I ask them to tell me, what's your relationship with money? How did you get here? And Francine, of course, I want to hear yours, right? I haven't had the honor to do that yet. But what's your money story? I'm interviewing you now, right? I switched it up.
This is going to be a comedy. I admit I am delusional when it comes to money. Maybe that happened when I was a kid. I know it did. Somehow I experienced Well, you can make money if you clean the house and you'll get an allowance and you put it in the kitty. It was called a kitty, and we put it on the top shelf. There wasn't much money in that kitty for me, but it was a dollar here, a dollar there. But the household I grew up in, can I tell you about that? Because you might be able to dig deeper and see my psychology, because I was never really told no.
Mm-mm.
I wanted to redecorate my bedroom. Isn't that what every girl does at 13?
Of course.
And I got out the Sears catalog and I got everything. I need the shag carpet. It must be red. I need
Not pink.
something about that red shag carpet. And it was tiles I had to put down. So they made me, put in the sweat equity and do the work, but it was hardly ever said no. And now my parents are not living right now, so I'm not going to get in trouble, but I would go in their wallets.
Oh. And take the money.
And take the money, because I was being bullied at school, so I couldn't go to school without money.
Wow. Yep.
I do need a therapist, don't I?
Yep. But you hit on a lot of good points. One, what I really loved was I heard I had to work for money. So there is part of the psychology that money is earned, you work for it, and when you work, you make money. So that's a good habit. That's a good psychology of money. That's
Okay.
a good relationship with money. But then I also heard, I know where the money is stashed, so I'll just go get it. Right? And so maybe that's not such a good relationship with money.
Right.
That I supposed to it, an entitlement. I'm supposed to have this. Because I want something, I'm supposed to have it. And because these are my parents and they're supposed to give it to me, I'll just go take it.
Right.
But I think we all have some deep embedded relationships and stories and things around money, and processing those is what the psychology of money is all about. Getting into how you grew up and what you thought about money, whether it was tight or whether it was a mentality of scarcity. A lot of times when I'm working with ladies, I hear scarcity mentality. So everything they hold on to because they feel like they're not going to get any more. So making a decision about their 401k or making a decision about their retirement accounts this is all I have, so I can't lose it. So I'm going to put it over here in where it's making 0% because I can't lose it. Well, that could be problematic, right? Because now you're being too conservative, too afraid because of that scarcity mentality. And so it can work for you, it can work against you, right? So it just really depends, and you have to kind of analyze your thought process behind all of your money habits and money decisions.
Okay. And I can defend myself here, because I was going to get beat up if I didn't have money, right? Yeah. Those bullies at school are real. Yeah. But when it comes to the fear and the scarcity, it will follow us. That energy will follow us no matter what it is. I wish to be carefree. I am carefree about money. So you always have these great analogies, and you always say, okay, you have to have something that you say to yourself that's positive about money.
Right. Positive affirmations. And I believe in positive affirmations across the board in everything, but it really works when it comes to our finances. So we have to first examine where these relationships with money come from, whether it's good habits or bad habits, and we reflect on them. And then we give ourselves those positive affirmations. And that's why I love what we do at JP Financial Group, because we're always empowering ladies, right? Money, pink is the new color of money. That's just a positive affirmation. We're good at our finances, right? We are making money. We're saving money. We're building legacies for our families. So all of those are positive affirmations. I'll share my money story because it does involve some positive affirmations that I had to learn to tell myself. So my money story starts with a cliche that boys are good in math and girls are not. So if I heard it one time, I heard it 1,000 times as I was growing up as a little girl. So as a result, it would shape my relationship with finances. I hated math because I wasn't good in math, right? Because boys were good in math and girls were not. So I struggled with math all the way through school, and as a result, did not do well in math. And so as I grew up, as a young lady, I said, you know what? I got a plan. I'm going to marry a rich man, which means he's good with math because he's rich, right? Money rich. So as Prince Charming would come galloping actually he didn't come galloping in on a white horse, but he did pull up in a black Mitsubishi Galant. Close enough. And we would get married. Jeff was everything that I dreamt of. He was smart and he was good in math. So he handled all the financial household. He made all of the financial decisions. He handled the money. And we were doing very well. We had great corporate jobs. We were investing in our 401k. We were keeping our debt low. And we had our daughter. We had the house, the white picket fence, the dog. And financially, we were knocking it out of the ballpark. Things were going well. I didn't have to do anything with my money, Fran Marie, but shop. And ladies, I did a great job at that, especially shoes and pocketbooks, okay? I was my favorite, shoes and pocketbooks. But everything was going great until we got the phone call. And I remember it like it was yesterday. Jeff had not been feeling well and had gone to the doctor, and they were running several tests. He was diagnosed with a very rare lung cancer. And at 38, the prognosis did not look good. I remember the fear that ran through my body, the fear of losing Jeff. The next fear was, what was I going to do with the finances? How was I going to make these tough financial decisions to protect my family? Do we take money out of our 401k? Do we have the right kind of life insurance and health insurance? What about our investments? I was terrified of screwing things up financially. Now, fast forward, thank God for higher doctors. Jeff would fight that cancer for 2 years with everything that he had. And even though he won the battle, it came with a great cost. We lost our home. He lost his job. As a result of the stress of that situation, it would lead to our divorce. And even though Jeff and I remained friends and we co-parented our daughter together, there I was, a single mom, and I had to handle finances all on my own. And I was terrified. I had no choice but to learn. So I became a student of the finances. I took every class. I went to every workshop. I was reading Susie Orman. I was picking up every financial book. And to my own surprise, and this is what I'm so, so proud of, I was actually pretty good at it. Actually, was very good at it. And I enjoyed it. I became passionate about understanding how money works. And I turned our portfolio around. I was able to, put myself, if you will, on a financial path. And I decided then that I wanted to get licensed, I wanted to get trained, I wanted to get certified. And that's when I wanted to be a financial advisor. And I wanted to focus on women because I know that I was not the only one that felt that way. So it's not when you have a financial storm. It's not if, it's when. And when you do, you want to be empowered. It's not just about the money. It's about the comfort, the clarity, the peace of mind, and know that you're not, prey to whatever, that you have control over your financial life. And so that's why I love what we do at JP Financial Group. That's why I love to get into your money story, because that's what's going to dictate how you get on the other side of
our future. And on that note, let's do a toast, because we have to change the mindset to reset.
Reset. That's right.
If you're just now tuning in, this is Proactive Women Podcast. Yes, we do get emotional about our money because pink is the new color of money. We're resetting our lives. And as women, JP Financial Group, LLC.com is where you need to go. And men are our allies too. I know we talk a lot about women, but men are our allies too, because they can learn a couple of things from us, but your story is so powerful. You put a woman in the trenches, and guess what she's going to do? She's going to come out,
yes,
looking pink and smelling pink, and she's going to have it all together. I love that story.
Yeah. And you're right. Guys are allies too. We do have men clients. And what's amazing, when I share my money story with guys, this is what they say. You know what? I want to work with you because I love my wife. I love my mother, I love my daughter, I love my sister, and I want to know that if something happens to me, they're working with a female that understands and cares about them. That's why I love our men clients, because they get it, because they get that women have always been in a position sometimes where they've not felt empowered about the financial stuff. So the male clients say, yeah, definitely.
And then we can build new habits and teach it to our girls and our boys and our nephews and nieces. And our girlfriends can see us thrive, and then they'll be curious. How are you doing that? JP Financial Group. Because the summer school series, come on now.
Sorry, summer school series. You have to plug into that. June, July, August, school's in for the summer. It's not like the old days when you went to summer school. It is a little bit, but it's the good way. So when you went to summer school, you either went because you had to catch up or you went to get ahead. So our summer school is the same. You can either catch up if you really feel like you need more, or if you just want to get ahead. So we dive into different topics that deal with retirement planning. So we'll deal with Social Security, we'll deal with income planning, we'll deal with long-term care, estate planning. So the summer series is fun, it's sizzling hot. And so definitely register now for the summer series.
Exactly, because we're going to probably have some triggers that will come up. And that's when we can pull you to the side and say, you know what, I need to schedule a consultation. Well, you can schedule a consultation anytime you want.
Yep.
And you're not going to judge us. That part.
Yep.
We love that, because that takes away, we're going to talk about guilt later, but that takes away a lot of pressure. There's a lot we carry on our backs as women, right? But we still want the shoes.
That's what. The shoes make us feel better.
They do. And so I know my money story now that my kids are watching now.
No, but I love your money story, Francine. And what's more important is it's yours, right? And so many other ladies can resonate with it. And we all have one. So embrace it, learn from it, and use that to propel you to the other side, right?
Okay.
So when you hear the money story, that's just the beginning. right? The other side is how do you take that now and say, okay, what do I need to do to get me where I want to be? Whether I have to get past the scarcity mentality, or maybe I have to get past the mentality that I don't deserve to have something, or maybe I have to get past the mentality of privilege. Maybe I think I'm supposed to have it and not supposed to work for it. I've sat across ladies where they've just had money fall in their laps, believe it or not really had to work for it. So now they have to work for it. They have to do some planning. They have to do some, putting things in place themselves, because dad's not there to do it, hubby's not there to do it, so they have to do it for themselves. So whatever it is, feel now that you're empowered to get past that.
I love it. And I can't wait for when we bring out the buckets.
Oh, yeah.
The buckets. I don't want to spoil it. But
Yeah.
last words from our pilot today, Joyce Palmer, our managing partner and CEO of JP Financial Group. So we're talking about, girl, what's your money saying?
My money is saying that I am powerful and that it's growing. I'm protecting it. And I'm calling Joyce Palmer right now for a 20-minute strategy call to find out what to do with my money.
At 704-543-6269. Thank you for joining us for this episode of JP Financial Group. And our CEO and managing partner with JP Financial Group, Joyce Palmer, she's really nice. She's kind. And we are confident with our money. Thanks for joining us.